Good day, everybody, and welcome back to the bench. We are on build week 6 on the JJ Enterprise. And yes, we will. My plan is to get a lot more done, even though I said that last week and the week before. But sometimes, an old Army term, infantry term is no plan survives first contact. And, well, a lot of things have gone on. But I went ahead and got the yard mowed yesterday. I've got the weeding done. My phone keeps going off. Sorry about that. And got pretty much everything that I need that would keep me away from doing the build. Hopefully that doesn't happen this week. That's why I went ahead and said I got everything done yesterday. So this week I'm going to finish working up and getting the base ready, and I will share that with you. I've already got some ideas on the lighting, and yes, you guys will see I got to share a treat with you from Saturday because I want to share something a little more awesome than just the lighted up deflector dish. So that will be the first video. But plan on getting a lot more done this week, and that's my plan. So let's see how that goes. But if you're new to the channel, please click on the subscribe button, hit the bell, and every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and thank you to all who keep following me. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. It brightens my day a lot. So, without further ado, I'm going to shut up and let's get back to the Enterprise. Well, it is Saturday, and it's a little too hot to be outside working, so I'm in here playing with some things. I'm testing out the weapon system from T.B.I Controls, and a lot of it was because I just wanted to make sure I had the speakers done right, but I thought I'd share with you guys. So here is the phasers and the photon torpedo. That is an awesome thing. Let me do it one more time for you guys. So, again, with this board, you don't have to put resistors on these bulbs. Ralph and his team at T.B.I Controls are very good about letting you know when you need to add resistors to the LEDs, but I just want to play around and show something really neat to start off this next build week. So, there we go. And fire. Fire. And like I said, and the great thing is you can have them both at the same time, which is great. So, with that, guys, I'm going to get this cleaned up and get started on some other things. Alright, welcome back to the bench. And yes, it is Monday, the beginning of build log week 6. I know, guys. Getting there, though. Like I said in the intro, I shouldn't have really anything to distract me, hopefully. Like I said, but best laid plans never survive first contact. But what I did get done over the weekend is, like I said, I wanted to use the base that came with the kit. So I went in and filled in with Bondo, got it sanded down really nice, and then I went in and drilled the hole. I do have some spots that I need to touch up with a little bit of putty, but that's easy enough. So my plan is to get this painted, then, and get it epoxied onto this. Oh, get this painted up too. Get this painted up, ready to go, and then get the thing epoxied on, and yeah, and also get the speakers and the speaker covers on. As you saw that I did on Saturday, I kind of wanted to play around and do a little treat and just get a little excitement because yeah, I needed some sound. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to try to do a colorful star-filled background with nebulas, stars, all that, and then some dry brushing, maybe a little bit airbrushing. I haven't decided yet. Alright, guys, change of plans. I started doing with the bigger dry brushing, and while I still like what happened here, I just was not liking a lot of the others. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a nice dusting of white, which will help do the star backgrounds that I want to do, or the star filled. And basically it's just load up your airbrush with some T.B.I flat white, and don't be very crazy, but just kind of be off, and just kind of get that dusting. Don't go crazy, like I said. Just dust that black that I've already done, and that's it, guys. And what this will do is I'm probably going to go ahead and redo this. Go ahead and respray paint this, or airbrush this black. But I can get a lot of the other things done. And again, guys, I'm just doing a dusting coat for right now. And a lot of what I'm going to do, except for the star field, I'm probably going to go ahead and use the airbrush. I thought I could get the dry brush technique going, but in the end, I just was not liking what was going on. So, I'm going to get back to this, and when I come back, I'll show you the next step I'm going to do. And like I said, guys, this is however you want to do it. Do whatever you want with your base. Alright, welcome back, and just got done eating lunch, letting this dry a bit. So like what I did after I re-added a little bit of the black tone, I went with T.B.I XF7, that's flat red, and I started highlighting some of the areas I wanted to have a little more color like this with my airbrush. So next thing I'm going to do is, I'm still going to add some more color, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of blue, maybe a little bit of orange, but I want to go ahead and get the star filled in there, and I'm going to show you that. But before I get to that, mail call, or UPS came, and stuff I've been waiting for quite a while is finally in. And give me just a second. It is open. Let me get stuff out of the way. My acrylic is finally in, and like I said, I had to order this off of Amazon, but this is clear acrylic powder and the monomer. And yes, guys, I will not be doing it inside. And I want to thank Israel again for the advice on doing this instead of what I was planning on doing. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and show you this, how to do a star field with the way I do a star field, and then I'm going to rewatch Lou at Aztec Dummy on, he's done this a few times, a couple of times, so I'm going to rewatch the big TOS Enterprise build he did, because this is where I think, if I remember right, where he first did it. So I'm going to just brush up on it again, but first let's get the star fill done. So give me just a minute. Okay guys, so there's different ways of doing this. You can use a big bristle brush like this, how I'm going to do it, or you can go in with a smaller brush and then just dab in. But what I'm going to do, and this is again a first for me, is I'm going to be using some medium toothbrushes, and then I'm just going to flick it on. So let's see how that goes. So the first thing and I also have my tubes, because I don't want to drench these guys in paint. I just want to get them colored. So, and maybe save my fingers and get some spread, I'm going to grab some toothpicks out. And I got 3 different brushes for the colors I'm going to use. I'm going to go with yellow, the sky blue, and white. So the first thing I'm going to do is the yellow. And like I said, I got the toothpick, so I can just do that over it. And yes, guys, do not worry. My new computer monitor is safely covered, just like so. And then, like I said, guys, I'm just going to do this. And the great thing about acrylic paint is, it's not going to go crazy. But there's that one. And just a little bit more. And again, you might be a little better with the finger. So have some water ready to go and the paper towels. And then just shake it off, and then, like I said again, guys, it's not real high. It's not real crazy. I'm just getting it in. And wash it off a second. Maybe do a little bit more. Because I can see the color, but and blue's kind of crazy, so you might have to have with the blue a little bit closer to what you want to do. Okay, and there's the blue. And then the last one. So again, we will, look at that. And there we go. So that's, oh, let me shut this off real quick so you can see that better. So that's how I'm doing the star field and a little bit of nebula and a little bit of color in. And then when this gets good and dry, then I'm just going to go ahead and dust it again with T.B.I black. So I'm going to finish getting the other sides done. And alright guys, forgive the noise, but here we are out in the garage, and I'm going to work on doing the acrylic suggestion on these windows that I made out on the spine of, on the top of this, on top of the saucer with the impulse engine and all that. So I rewatched the episode, and basically just kind of like so, fill about halfway from what I understand. And I do have this one leaning up because I don't know how well it's going to work if I lay it down. But the tape's going to help get that form I need. And there we go. So just cover you in. Shook down and just a little bit more onto that side. And like I said, I might be doing this all crazy or wonky, but okay. So there it is. Oh, mostly. Let me get the Gorilla Tape up here. Put you in there like so. Dang tape. Okay. So now comes the fun of the monomer. And you really don't need a whole lot, but like I'm telling you guys, you want to be outside. And so like I said, I got my pipette, and the great thing with pipettes is you can just add a drop, kind of like so. And I'm not dropping it right on. I'm dropping it and letting it roll in. So, there. Now, from what I understand, we're going to let this sit. It's got to dry for a bit. I'm really not sure how long, but we'll learn that too. So, I'll see you guys. Okay, this has been sitting for about a good 45 minutes. And if I remember anything about going and help my wife get her nails done, it never took very long. So let's go ahead and see what we got, and we'll let it finish drying. Keep it outside and let it dry better. Okay, not bad at all, guys. Not real bad at all. I'm sorry with the overhead. Let me see if I can shut that off and help you out there, guys. There we go. Not very bad at all. And like I said, I can go in and sand this, and I might have to fix that one a bit, but not at all all that bad. So I'm going to let this just sit and get dry, and I'll double check and see what else I need to do, guys. But again, even with that little bit of cloudy, or depending on that white spot, if that clears up. If not, I'll clean it up and redo it. But even with these being all clouded, that's fine. I want them to represent the light, not blind with the light. So, well, good morning. It is Wednesday, and remember what I said, sometimes no plan survives first contact. And well, yesterday kind of happened. I didn't get to work on anything yesterday because I had to take care of some tree branch issues. We share a line with our neighbors, and when they first moved onto the block or the property back then in 1964, they planted pine trees, and these things are massive. But with the windstorms and some of the thunderstorms we've been having lately, a lot of the branches are starting to fall and cause problems. So I went and helped and took care of that. That took me pretty much all day. But hey, that said, the base is now done except for doing the things I need to, getting the wiring, and yes, I like it. It looks good. It's not overbearing, so I'm going to get working on that, or finish working on that. And then the next thing is the acrylic windows I did. Now I need to definitely go in and do some sanding on the edges, clean those up, but I'm very happy with it. So thank you, Israel. Very, very, very happy with it. It did well, so I'm looking forward to keep using the technique down the road. But yeah, I got to do some sanding up here and then get these masked off so I can do that. But yes, very awesome. Alright, welcome back, and yes, the speakers are now in. I do have to do some work on these edges to clean them up a little bit. That's not going to be hard, and I'll show you guys. And then the power supply's in. So, there we go. That's what it looks like. But that looks really, really cool. So, like I said, alright guys, so I'm going to use T.B.I flat black. The instructions call for gloss, but I'm not a really big fan of gloss on things that are not automotive, but basically I'm going to do pre-shading and do the paint. So on the bottom is black, and up here is supposed to be silver, but I think what I want to do is do an ode to the TOS and just make this part gold. So, well, good morning. It is Thursday, and yes, we're back. And I know I was talking about going with the gold, but kind of thinking, and just in my thought pattern, if I put the gold as this, the gold would grab more attention than the actual model. So I went ahead and went with the silver. I do like it, so that's where we're at. And got some more of the base getting worked on. Let me get this out of the way for a second. I've got the on-offs and the momentary switches done. And you're going, oh my god, it's a lot of wires, but, excuse me, sorry. One of the things I do, and yes, I write on my stuff a lot, is I want, like I said, I want to keep the strobe and the navigations on its own timer, and the internal lighting on its own switch, and not timer, I mean, but its own switch too. So I've been writing down colors of the wires I use to help keep them straight in my mind, and the same here with the weapon system. So there's that. Alright, welcome back to the bench, and I have a good idea on how I'm going to do things, but like I said, sometimes best ideas get changed down. But what I've done is I've gone ahead and got everything wired up that I want to do. Internal lighting, strobe, or navigation, and then a couple other things. Now the best thing I can say, guys, is just play around with it, see where you like it. And this is where I'm going to do one here, and then I'm going to do one right here, and then I'm put the other ones on the bottom. Again, guys, like I said, and then yeah, I got to do two on this side too. I also have to put in the fiber optics for the nav, and then the lighting on here and in the back of the shuttle bay, and for the inside. So that's the plan. Like I said, we'll see. So one of the first things, I'm not going to have you sit here and watch me do all this right off, but one of the first things I kind of like to get done is go ahead and get my fiber optics in and get them placed so they're kind of out of the way, and I'm not trying to fight them around lighting. That's easier if I do something like I'm putting on the internal lighting here, or the strobes here, or the navs. I'm gonna have it all set out like I was kind of showing, so that they're right here, and I can just wind that one back up here. But yeah, so that's where that's at. So I'm gonna get to going on this, guys, and when we come back, we'll see what I've gotten done. And probably what I'll do is I'll go through each step, just a quick 5-10 second thing of what I've done. But alright, so first little bit's done, and what I did is I got the fiber optics run for the nav. Now yes, I'm gonna have to go back and block these optics off so nothing else bleeds into them, but I've already tested it, works great. And there we go. The best way I found was, honestly, is, like I said, I made this up. Then I took the 3 strands and I hot glued them into the, well, I glued this down, then I hot glued them into this fixture, and then just ran them the way they needed to go. It's a lot easier than trying to go, oh God, I gotta bend this back. But yeah, I just was very careful, and I glued this one in a few different spots, and then these guys. So it was easier to have them all here glued in place and cooled down, and then start working them around. So that's what I did. All right, well, I've gotten the fiber optics now run from the end of the ship in the shuttle bay, and got those run into the tube here. Now I'm going to do a technique I've done before when I did the TOS Battlestar Galactica, the original one. Instead of running lights to like up here, like I did down here, what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to have that LED strip, I'm just going to trim these enough that they capture the light, and does the same thing, because these are part of the internal workings of the light. So when the internals come on, all these right here come on, and so that's what I'm going to do. But I'll have to trim it, and then I'll get that strip laid there. And then one thing I didn't think about, because, you know, like I said, I did get the, oops, sorry guys, I did get the crystal clear, or the acrylic crystal in there, and I go, yeah, great. But I didn't think, how am I going to light that up now that, you know, and basically I'm going to take a 1.8 white LED, and I'm going to run 2, and I'm just going to let them lay in there, and just, here, I'm going to have them lay. Let's see if I can do this so you guys can see. I'm going to have them in here to this point. I'm going to do 2 to make sure that it gets a good enough light source and does fine. And it's going to be hooked up to these 2 anyway in the end. But yeah, that way it gets a really nice good LED source. So that's the next thing I got to do, and I need to go ahead and get those done and in place before I keep working, because before I get the LED strip tape in, LED light tape in, I need to get these fiber optics blacked out or covered up, and so that when these lights on, there's no ambient light shining through. So, all right, guys, another step done. And normally, like I said, I like to use black tulip. Oh, here, let me get that right way. The tulip slick. But for as much fiber optics as I'm running, I went ahead and used my foil tape. So there, so that's good and blocked off. I'll test it a couple of times, but now I'm going to start running the LED strip tape. So, well, I'm going to call this a day. I've got everything wired, got everything set up. Now I'm not going to quite put all this together yet. I still got to do some things, and by things I mean run some wiring and get the post in and all that. But yeah, I know one side looks like a mess, and one side like, oh my God, that's so clean. But it does really, really well. And then, like I said, when I get ready to put it together, I'll attach these, and then that way everything's wired together and on the run. And the next big part is getting the wiring, because like I said, I'm doing everything in the base, so I'm going to have to make sure I'm stripping stuff down, especially with the nacelles and all that. But that's tomorrow's work. But so there we go, guys. It's starting to get there. Not long, and we'll be doing seam lines and start on more paint, but getting there though. So I'm going to say goodnight, and I will see you guys tomorrow on the bench. Well, good Friday, everyone, and almost the weekend, and back at it. So what I'm kind of doing right now is not only looking at the mess that's here, but one of the things I want to do is I'd like to paint and decal this in sections and get seam lines done in sections. So what I'm looking at, instead of once I'm looking at, because I did do the adjustments in here, and I just need to see, one, how well it fits and how much space I'm going to need, because I'm going to cut this down, and then I'm going to redo it, and then hide the wires in once I connect the nacelles to this, if you get what I'm saying. So I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to run this on both pylons, and then start running it towards the center. And so that's what I'm doing right now. So for the most part, the secondary hull is done and ready, but now I got to start, like I said, getting other things done. And I would love to hopefully get this at least start to seal up today, but we'll see, because I need to keep working on the wiring. So I'm gonna work it. All right, well, I've gotten the ribbon lines done up, and I've already started. I got on the starboard side connected up, so the interior lighting is all running to this, which will just hook into that. Then I'm gonna do the same with the interior lighting off of this pylon with that, and then start working on the other little things. But that's going to take a little bit, and I want to get this done. Well, not all the way done, but I want to get the video finished up for you guys. So, with that, I want to wish you all a very, very happy weekend and a happy week, and I'll see you next week on the bench. Bye for now.